And welcome back to Cinema Vino.
Clean diaper.
It's good to have you guys here with us. Sean Jordan, Shoujo.
Hi.
And we got Bravis Tud.
I'm back.
Travis Bud. And I'm Todd. And we're continuing our Best Picture series.
This is the last one in our Best Picture series, right?
It is.
Oh, no. We're doing another one.
Yeah, we may have some more to come. But yeah, this F1, surprising to me, a nominee for Best Picture. I was a little bit surprised.
You gotta, they always do one, big picture.
Now do a silly one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It definitely,
let's do a fun one.
It definitely doesn't fit with the other ones that we reviewed so far.
Sure. Yeah.
And we are drinking a sparkling, a Cremant. Because bubbly seemed appropriate for Formula One. I mean, because it's, they're obviously, whoever wins it is just spraying bubbly everywhere.
You know what champagne they use though?
I forget what the official
Ferrari.
Really? Oh, Ferrari Carano, yeah, or whatever. Like they're makes sense.
Yeah, that's what they always use. Which Ferrari never gets podiums, so
yeah,
it's the only thing they can do.
Wow.
Got them.
Yeah. So this is a Cremant, which basically you can call that anything that's not made in Champagne. You'll see Cremants made in all over France. You'll see them made in the Loire Valley. You'll see them made in Burgundy. Pretty much anywhere but Champagne you'll see. And also Champagne is governed by strict laws about what they can use. Champagne can only have Pinot Noir or Chardonnay. Cremant can have a lot of other grapes like Pinot Blanc, Riesling, Chenin Blanc. You can put things in a Cremant that you could not put in a bubbly, in an official champagne. So,
like talcum powder.
So,
what do you cut it with?
Yeah, I've done some extensive research while Todd's been talking. This tastes fine.
Oh.
Yes.
and it smells fine. However, we just had like another wine that might have in our
glasses.
Yeah. That the combination makes it smell like not a fresh diaper, a clean diaper right out the package.
Yeah.
The flavor is fine. Even the smell in the bottle and fresh out the bottle is fine. In my glass though, diaper.
It's a weird combination because it's like it has to be some sort of chemistry between the wine that we had.
It's got to be.
And the wine that we're enjoying. I mean, I didn't think much of it because they're both lighter bodied wines.
My apologies for not giving you guys cleaner glasses.
It's okay.
No, it's heaven. Heaven on the tongue.
Yeah. It tastes great.
Just don't breathe while
diaper on the nose.
Your nose in the glass.
So you realize how much like your nose affects your taste, what you're having.
It does.
What's so weird is him. I don't like the nose, but it makes me keep going back because the taste doesn't match the smell.
Yeah. Well, and it's like
again, of not the bottle. It just whatever chemistry is happening it's happening in the glass.
Well, and also I think there's an element of, I have twin toddlers, twin 2-year-olds. And so diapers are a part of life. I mean, literally we go through an average of 10 diapers a day between the two of them. So I think that sometimes I'm spilling diapers all the time.
Boy, I bet you were looking forward to Big Boy Pants.
I've got a niece and nephew that I babysit, so I'm also familiar with diaper smell.
Yeah. Okay, so we are off the rails.
What does the F stand for?
Formula?
All comes back to babies.
It does. So this was nominated for Best Picture, Best Editing, Best Sound, Best Visual Effects.
Does your wife still have any breast milk left? Can I get some?
No, and you wouldn't want it now anyway. It's long expired.
No, I was going to turn it into kefir.
So
it's a shelf life on that.
Yeah, I think you got about, if you're freezing it, I think you got 6 months-ish.
Okay.
So.
Okay. F1.
So.
Best Picture, Best Visual Effects, Best editing.
She got any other friends that are lactating right now?
Probably. I'll get the word out for
you.
All
right, I'll talk to her.
And they may be listening right now if you are.
They're not listening.
There's somebody lactating and listening to this right now as we speak.
All right. Well, hey, if you're lactating right now and you're in the Tulsa area, I would like to turn your breast milk into kefir. I just want to try it.
Yeah. My man's an alchemist.
Yep.
So.
Milkemist, more like it.
Okay, so this budget of this film was rumored to be between $200 and $300 million.
I believe it.
We're 9 minutes in. We're talking about the movie.
Yeah, we're just now talking about breast milk and whatnot. So this grossed $631 million. So
Wow.
roughly double its gross. This is the highest grossing racing movie ever made. This is the highest grossing film of Brad Pitt's career.
Was this Hicks?
Picks.
Southern Hicks? Like when saw this movie in theaters?
I mean, it was a huge international gross.
I don't think so.
Ah.
No, I would say it's F1 is largely an international sport.
So
Weird.
Big in
International
Europe,
Hicks.
really, really big in the Middle East.
So this grossed
Middle East Hicks.
189 million domestically. All the rest of that was international. So this was an international hit.
Yep.
This scored 82% fresh Rotten Tomatoes, 97% fresh audience score.
Weird.
So
Now, do you know the director and the writer and the producer and the editor all came from one other movie that also was nominated for Best Picture? Do you know? I bet you know.
Master and Commander.
Top Gun Maverick.
I got vibes
Yeah.
from Top Gun.
I was just going to move past it.
that got me. Master and Commander. Okay.
That's a good movie. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. The more I watched it, I was like, I enjoy this.
Yeah, it's the boats.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Top Gun Maverick.
That was like you found the most random movie. It's like Driving Miss Daisy. Okay. So, yeah, this was directed by Joseph Kosinski, who directed Top Gun Maverick.
It seemed like Top Gun Maverick, only less Maverick-y.
He does a lot of really like action shoddy sort of like camera right up on the like
Action,
low to the ground, moving really fast.
And Brad Pitt's entrance on the racetrack where he's coming first to meet the crew, whatever. For
Right.
Formula, that's very Maverick-like, walking on there. Like,
With a bag and like his aviators on.
and Hans Zimmer's music's in the background. This yeah, you could hear like the Top Gun theme.
But tell me why Talladega Nights is the better racing movie to me.
It is
Legend of Ricky
objectively, it is a
Bobby.
better racing movie.
Yeah.
NASCAR is just a less enthusiastic sport.
Mm.
I agree completely. Yeah. And if anything, like the characters in this movie would be the bad guys in that, they'd be sponsoring the Sacha Baron Cohen character.
Yes.
Well,
This
I think
movie
the
needed
Sacha
a
Baron
villain.
Cohen character did come from F1, didn't he?
Yeah, they did.
This movie needed a villain. It needed Sacha Baron Cohen. I didn't like Javier Bardem as just the guy. I'm like, they should have cast this guy as like the evil racer.
Yeah.
The antagonist.
The mirror image of him.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Speed Racer needs a Racer X.
Yeah, I agree. We'll get to that in a moment.
Oh yeah, read your paper. That's AI generated.
God, we really need to do Speed Racer, the movie.
Emil Hirsch, I'm not a fan.
Really?
He's kind of a dick.
We need to do Master and Commander.
Did he punch some gal at a party or something? He's just, he's done one good movie. And that's the Girl Next Door. And that's because of Alicia Cuthbert. And not Josh Duhamel. Oh, Tim Oliphant.
Oliphant.
Yeah.
Oliphant.
Dermot Mulrooney or Dylan McDermott.
I'd fuck them both.
Yeah. Amen. So,
Every time.
So I'll go first with this one. I'll give my thoughts. I want to hear your guys' opinions of the movie and then your opinions of my opinion. So I would give this a flat 6. Basically, it's well made. If I kind of check some of the same boxes as the previous movie we did, Begonia, it's well acted. Brad Pitt is perfect for this part. He can be the actor who can be Oscar worthy, or he can be a movie star. He can be the blockbuster, hit making, superstar. Either way, he can go either way with it. He's kind of like a Paul Newman, what Paul Newman was back in the day. Like, he can be the headliner of a big giant movie, or he can be like, an Oscar winning whatever.
I was getting Newman and Redford notes from him in this.
He kind of has that same charisma.
What was the Redford movie he was in? It was about spies.
But I remember it. Spy Game.
Yeah.
On the nose.
A little on the nose.
What were you going to say?
He just seems like a good hang. Right? I mean, Brad Pitt, I would hang out with him. I would have a beer.
Yeah.
And that's his character that he kind of plays everywhere, is like the down to earth guy when everyone else is sort of like up their ass.
The down to earth hunk.
I'd hold hands with him and walk down the beach.
Yeah.
Maybe get a snow cone.
Ride on the back of a horse with him.
Yeah.
How big of a horse?
Would you go front seas or back seas?
I need front seats.
There's an image I can't.
You'd be Little Spoon on the horse?
I mean, I couldn't be Big Spoon because then I feel like I would just fall off. I need to be closer to the reins.
Yeah.
Like, he can sit behind me, but I just need, or in front, whatever. Sorry.
Okay, so
I got lost in thought.
So I would give this a 6. It's well acted. It's well made. Obviously, those awards for editing and visual effects are perfect. It's like
those are for sure warranted.
Yeah, I mean, it is a superficially exciting, entertaining movie. It definitely it's a summertime popcorn movie that you'd go see.
It's a blockbuster.
Yeah, yeah. So with that said, if we're going to nominate for Best Picture, we got to talk about it on those terms. And this movie is just like a walking, talking. It's just a construction of cliches.
It's a clone.
Yeah, it is
an AI generated movie.
It's a trope monster.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sit there and check off the boxes of like the aging star coming back to prove himself, who has a dark checkered past that's going to catch up with him, and
he's going to have a crash in the third act.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take him out. He'll come back for one more race.
He had a dream and he woke up in a cold sweat and then had to go think about it on a balcony.
Uh-huh.
Javier Bardem is like the mentor / best buddy,
estranged friend,
old rival
turned
friend.
Like you said, like ordinarily a lot of movies they develop that more like they're going to be frenemies, and
he was Iceman in this Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. And then you have the character Joshua, who is like the Pierce or whatever. Like he's the hotshot young up and coming guy.
Willie Beeman.
Yeah. Yeah. Or in
I don't know, Willie.
In Days of Thunder, it's the Cary Elway's character, like the young cocky guy that's supposed to but then Javier Bardem is Michael Rooker in Days of Thunder to Tom Cruise, like in that analogy. And then
is Robin racing?
Robin's racing.
Robin's racing.
And then Carrie Condon, the Irish actress, she is like the love interest who's like really concerned of like, is he too far on the edge? He's going to get himself killed. And
she kind of reminded me of the lady from Bull Durham.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Also, like, I can't say that in there because you'd see right through me. They'd know that I'm falling for you, Maverick.
Shit. And it's like Tobias Menzies is the evil businessman. You got to have the evil businessman that wants to like sell the team or do the major league thing of like,
oh yeah,
he played Brutus in Rome.
Yeah,
he's going to move the team to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Also, he was one of Caitlin Stark's
Lord Edmure.
Yeah, Edmure Tully.
Edmure.
But
good actor.
You got to have your crash midway through that sends the whole thing into chaos to prepare for the big race at the end, big crisis. Originally, the
second act they figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going well. Things are progressing well. Third act, crash, derails everything.
The hotshot young guy and the older guy learn how to work together. The young guy figures out, man, the old guy kind of knew what he was talking about.
Maybe he knows what he's talking about.
Maybe we should work together as a team.
Yeah,
we're better when
we're really starting to figure things out.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
And then the final act, the two of them learn how to work together in the big race
and bake.
And when they learned how to work together, and then they had the stuff champions.
They pulled the shake and bake.
Yeah.
They straight up did it.
Mm-hmm.
On Max Verstappen, no less.
Yeah. It's like, I got this at Target.
It's on sale.
But yeah, I did think of Ricky Bobby many times.
It's hard not to.
Yeah. It's like, we'd like to talk to you about something important. Packs of stray dogs that are controlling most of the major American cities. Yeah, so I'd give this a 6. I mean, it was entertaining in a way, but it's like, I don't see this as a best picture nominee. It's like,
sure, yeah,
it's when they expanded the field to 10 movies. I mean, maybe it's the 10th movie out of 10, but it's like back in the days of nominating 5 movies, you can't do like one funny one. You only have to. I miss those days of like, you can only nominate the best 5 and pick those.
Sure,
rather than having movies like this that should not be.
Well, I feel like movies like this really show up the you can lobby to be a Best Picture nominee. Mm-hmm. Like it's very much like a lobbying game.
Jerry Bruckheimer.
Yes. This movie had a lot of backing from Apple, had a lot of backing from the Saudis, who have a lot of money in F1, who have a lot of money and are very incentivized to spend money to get people to watch F1 on Apple next season in 2026 when Apple has the streaming rights to F1.
Yeah. You can see a lot of money changing hands.
A lot of money changing hands and incentivizing people to go see this movie.
Yeah.
It's a Best Picture nominee. Did you know?
Yeah. Which I don't like feeling like I'm being pushed to watch. I'm like, you need to like this and watch it and give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being like.
You would not enjoy F1, man. There are some commercials.
And, I don't necessarily object to racing in of itself, especially because, having two boys who love race cars, it's like that may be the future. But like, yeah, this.
I watched your son play a crisscross crash video game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go.
You said you were talking about commercials on the F1. That immediately reminded me of M. Night Shyamalan's Signs, where that guy's like, that's the 17th Dr. Pepper commercial on like they're selling sodas. Here it comes.
F1 doesn't have a ton of commercials. I mean, because it's all one continuous race. There's no breaks in between. It's like soccer. But obviously there's all of the sponsorships and all of the, like I said, the champagne is all branded Ferrari champagne.
How long are the races? They were like...
Okay, so let's
24 hours?
No. Okay, no, for sure not.
Because I remember at some point said it's overnight. We need to go until the dawn.
That was a different race. Yeah. There are endurance races like that. Le Mans is a really famous 24-hour race that goes overnight, and that
like
one's
24-hour relay of different drivers.
Yeah, so that was the one he was in whenever Javier Bardem found him.
And if you saw Ford versus Ferrari, did you ever watch that?
No, I did not.
That depicts the 24-hour Le Mans race.
Yeah. F1 is, so let's get into it. There are 3 days of F1 over a race weekend. Day one, Friday, is free practice. So each team basically gets a set amount of laps to take car out, set amount of time, take it out, figure out like the course, kind of feel out any issues with the car. Day two is another free practice. It's called FP3. And then you have a qualifying. Qualifying is more important than anything else because you go out, you figure out who's going to start in what position. So everyone gets a lap, or there's like a set amount of time to set like the fastest time you can in qualifying. And then qualifying one, the bottom five get knocked off. Qualifying two, the next bottom five get knocked off. Qualifying three is position 1 through 10. That sets the leading 10 for race day. So qualifying is a really big aspect of it, and they didn't feature qualifying at all.
Yeah, they just mentioned it as a yada yada. In the
yada
last
yada
race,
that is a huge aspect.
They were like, yeah, we got better tires because we did worse yesterday, and they were like, sometimes you got to lose to win. We're like, thanks, Javier Bardem.
Yeah, explain it better. Tell me more about how this works. So there is a little bit. Yeah, so there's 3 different tire types. Well, there's multiple tire types. So there's soft, medium, and hard. But that soft, medium, hard is on a per race basis. There's actually more of like a 6 tire spectrum. And depending on the race, they will set the soft, medium, hard based off of that race. So you might not use the hardest of the hards, but the hardest tire you can use in a certain race might be the middle softest tire of the full spectrum. Weird. And then you also have inters, which are for wet races, and then wets, like full wets, which are your most treaded tires.
And so, okay, here's my thing of all of that.
Okay.
I wish they had like bumper rails, like bowling. Like keep it.
I wish so too.
Or like Nintendo. Mm-hmm. But like my deal is like as somebody who's not a fan and doesn't know anything about it, like to me the job of the movie is to make me care about that. And you like if you're the maker of this movie, it's like your job is to bring me into that and involve me.
Yeah, the strategy is either explain it to me to where I care about tire strategy, or do not explain tire strategy at all.
Yeah.
Just dumb it down to where I don't need to know about tires.
I feel like Days of Thunder did it better. I don't even remember the movie, but I remember the explanation that what Robert Duvall was giving in part of it.
Well, it's like Ford versus Ferrari did that very, very well of like explaining the situation of what's going on and like, we're going to try this with the car and in order to get this result or whatever and to bring you into like the to where you actually care what's happening.
That was Christian Bale and was it Matt Damon?
Matt Damon, yeah.
Okay.
And so like basically it's like, and this movie is 155 minutes.
So it's lengthy. Yeah, for sure.
That's why it's getting a 5.5 for me.
Yeah.
Because it wasted an extra 30 minutes of my time. No, 1,000. Sorry, were you done?
So I'm a 6 and like flat 6.
Sure.
So be your 5.5.
Yeah, it took an extra 30 minutes to be a worse race movie than Talladega Nights. Like, for real, for serious. I mean, the stakes with having Sacha Baron Cohen as an adversary, I was like, there was no adversary. And then if there was, you never really got to see him except maybe one guy. I was like, is this Witherspoon or is this the other guy? Like, I don't even know. Like, I didn't even have their names. I'm like, or what they looked like. I think they did an interview along with Kaspar, the guy that kept saying like, yeah, I'm a 5-time champion. And they were talking shit about his team and everybody else. They're like, yeah, we don't think about them at all. But yeah, the beginning, I'll tell you what, I thought about Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, the sequel, where you're like, no, she's not getting back on this spaceship. There's no fucking way. And I don't know if it's the special edition or the director's cut or whatever it is, but they spend a good amount of time with Sigourney Weaver before she decides to go with the Space Marines. And they make it believable. She's like, no, fuck off. I'm never going back. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing whatever this is. But they make you believe that she believes this is a good idea.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, we knew you were going to, as an audience, we knew you were going to go at some point anyway. But at least in Aliens, the writing was so good that they made it believable on why she would go.
Yeah. This
was just Brad Pitt being like, oh, hey, I was going to say Maverick, but I'm this flying by the seat of my pants guy.
Free spirit driver.
Hey, you look like a buddy of mine.
I just love racing.
Used to hang out in laundry rooms and, okay, you're going to sit out here and watch me shower? All right, I guess that's fine. But his laughing throughout this, like, okay, well, all right. Like, I want you guys to go back and see where, Brad Pitt gets kicked off the team and then all of a sudden he's walking back in and, all the people are jogging or whatever. And he goes back to talk to Javier Bardem and it's like, hey, I got this Tijuana lawyer. You don't have any liability. Also, you didn't give me my last paycheck. He tears it up. And he was like, so are we going to do this? And finally, Javier gives him the smile, and Brad Pitt gives. It starts with a T. His laugh, like, and I'm just like, dial it back, man. Just everything that's happening is too much.
Yeah,
there's a lot of winking, a lot of like,
yeah, and I also didn't get. Nothing felt earned.
I agree.
They aped their way through everything. Him trying to establish a rapport with people, or like, hey, look, I'm wearing different socks, or the gal that designed the car at the end was like, yeah, we need all the luck we can get. She goes, you're telling me, look at my socks, they're two different colors. Like they never really explained him doing the getting the cards out and putting them in his pocket. You never figured out what the card was that he put in his pocket at the end. They were like, ooh, I've got a secret, or I've just, and then at the end,
never tied it back to like some like dead family member.
It's like, oh, are we doing a sequel movie at the end where he's doing sand dunes and stuff? And he's just like, you want to know the reason? I'll tell you the reason. And then boom, credit. It was like, what?
Yeah. It's like, it's not about the money. Well, then what is it about? It's like,
I mean,
he loves racing. He's a racing,
but
man.
there is less. There is less is more, and there is less is less, and this is just a whole bunch of less.
Sure.
Like, they made Top Gun Maverick. They were like, can we apply this exact same script to other stuff? How much can we tweak it? Let's ask ChatGPT. Sorry. Let's ask Gemini. Sorry. Let's ask Claude. Actually, let's use all three and use all three of their suggestions to tweak it.
Let's have the three of them talk to each other and make a movie.
Exactly. But I've seen this movie before and it's done better by other people. And I swear to God, Talladega Nights, no shitting.
It's hard to beat that as a racing movie.
It's
Even Days of Thunder, I think, did it better.
yeah. I mean,
well, Talladega Nights was a riff off Days of Thunder, right?
Mhm. But I've seen Talladega Nights more, which is why
It's a better movie.
my first thing. But yeah, it just
Say you like crepes.
crepes. This was a 5.5 for me. I didn't give a shit.
What if I just say I like really thin bacon?
I mean, you knew what was going to happen. You're like, oh, okay, he's either the guy that's coming out of retirement. He's either going to like take the whole thing. Is this like Tin Cup, Kevin Costner? Is he, going to come out of nowhere, or is he going to learn? You know what? Maybe I am washed up. Maybe I would be a better teacher. Maybe I should be a coach.
Yeah.
Maybe I should help the young guy. Maybe he should win. And as soon as the guy spun out, he was like, no, it's your time.
Yeah.
You take it.
I'll win a lot of these races.
Yeah. And now we're best friends.
You know what
now
sports
we're
trope I would tie it back to? Rookie of the Year, where at the end his arm stops working, right? In the third act, and he doesn't have the pitch anymore, and he has to get by with his wiles and his crazy antics, and it's the rest of the team that actually ends up winning because they find the love of the game because they have this guy on the team.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
That's kind of the sports trope that they went with.
The part I thought was going to be most interesting was her designing the car with her double monitors. I was like, dude, yes, let's get into the testing. What do they test? How do they test? How do they design the car? Let's get into the fucking fluid dynamics of like the wind whipping around. I was like, fuck yes, explain some cool science shit to me.
Yeah.
Like ground it in the real world. Just give me 5 cool facts about how they design cars and let her say them.
Like, make me care.
And then she was like, I'm going home for the day. And they were like, cool. Silhouette, Brad Pitt, backlit monitors.
So can I real quick, I'm going to jump in with a bunch of F1 stuff, and you just stop me if I'm going overboard with the detail. The engineering piece of this was insane. So the whole aspect of F1 is that it is essentially an engineering game more than it is a race. It is not about like trying to find like a racing advantage. It's all about an engineering advantage, and it's a bunch of engineer nerds just trying to like find loopholes in engineering specs. There's a whole big controversy right now going on with the 2026 regulations because the rules change every year. And so it's constantly about the engineers trying to meet the rules and not exceed or, come in under certain things. And it's all about like weight proportions and stuff like that. So the fact that there's just like one engineer who's just like doing everything, and she's just like, oh, well, we've designed the best car that we can. He comes in and he's like, no, here's the thing. I'm fighting in dirty air. You got to give me a car that can fight in the corners. You got to give me a car that's fast in the straights. But like we got to fight. We got to fight. We're constantly. Give me a car that does this. And she's like, that'll never work. You think we haven't tried that? It's like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. The F1, the controversy right now for the 2026 regulations is about a loophole with heat expansion of the engine block. So when the engine block gets hot, the capacity of it reaches 1.8, which exceeds the 1.6 limit of the engines that are set by the FIA. And the other teams that are getting mad because they're like, our engines cap out at 1.6 and these other teams have a way to expand to 1.8 when it gets hot. That's a break of the rules. And the FIA is like, well, let me check the rule book. No, actually, that doesn't break the rules. That is F1. F1 is about engineering loopholes in these absolutely microscopic
bending but not breaking
to find 0.01 seconds in a lap. Because essentially, once you get to the top, F1, all the racers are more or less all the same. They're all capable of doing the same thing. They race the same lines for the most part. They just obviously there are certain drivers that have better racecraft. And the other thing that's cool about this movie is they feature all of the F1 drivers. They actually film a lot of this movie in the F1, like in the course of the season. You could see them coming on like and doing the filming of the movie. And obviously the races we're talking about like, okay, we're in qualifying, and now Brad Pitt's coming out, and he's going to race a few laps in this car, and he's going to do like they're filming for the F1 movie. It was a whole thing for a year that they were filming this movie because they actually used all the actors were actual drivers. You said that there was team principal that was talking about they don't even think about this other team, that was Fred Vasseur, the team principal of Ferrari, who, they did fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is with F1, there is a basically like, think of it like a 3-tier system to where like you have the top racing team. So you have 10 teams. Each team has 2 drivers. Starting next year, there are 11 teams with 2 drivers, so there will be 22 cars on the grid. But essentially, you have like 3 or 4 at the top, and then you have like 4 to 5 in the midfield, and then you have the backfield, which is like the other 2 or 3 teams that are basically fighting to get like 1 point. Fred Vasseur, Ferrari, would be in the top tier, and then this APX team would be down at the bottom. It would be an absolute coup if a team in the bottom won a race. Right. So that was the whole premise of this movie, is they need to win 1 race, get 1 race win to, save the drive.
Yeah.
Right.
You saying that all the other drivers are basically the same also made me think of Moneyball when I was watching this. It was,
it's hard not to think
when they're like, when they say, when they say the line like, hey, when your opponent is making mistakes, don't interrupt them.
Right.
Like,
I think that's
if they're making errors, just, keep letting them do it. So, but obviously Brad Pitt in this movie was like, all right, I'm going to take risky moves, which he would never be allowed. Hey, so the
amount of risks that he took, that's the other pocket. The amount of risks that he takes in this movie, he would have so many penalty points from the FIA that he would be disallowed from the races within like 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was only in there for like 6 races of the season. It was the last third of the season. Like, a driver doesn't come in for a team that late in the season. Like, it just doesn't happen.
I, honestly, for this 2 hours and 20 minutes, I would have rather have been playing Cruising USA on the Nintendo 64.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give this like a 7.5.
Yeah, you're a fan.
Because I'm an F1 fan, and I enjoyed the spectacle of like, hey, they're having fun with it, and they're doing all this stuff, and like, it's fun to enjoy like the sport that I enjoy, and like see this like blockbuster movie that, makes a spectacle of it, but it ignores a lot of the complications and a lot of the nuance of F1 in an attempt, I think, to try to like romanticize it to non-fans and try to bring new fans in.
Was it overhyped with money? Like, is that's
so much fucking...
Okay, because I remember I kept hearing stuff like, this is going to be not a movie, but an event or something.
Well, and like I said,
it was built up that.
F1 has a ton of money from the Saudis. They are very heavily involved in F1, and they have a lot of money, and they like to greenwash pretty much everything with just like, oh, you have a problem? Throw money at it. Oh, you want it to be advertised? Throw money at it. Okay, Apple TV jumps in. Apple TV is trying to buy the movie. They're trying to buy the rights of F1. It makes sense. Let's just make a movie, throw money at it, and then we will, in 2026, have broadcast rights to F1. Happy coincidence.
And, I want to rain on your parade a little bit because it's like, obviously you enjoyed it.
Please do.
One movie that made me think of was The Natural.
Yeah. No, I see it for sure.
Because it's like the
old guy.
The old guy that comes back in and is like, he was a prodigy back in the day. And now he's older. And it's like, and The Natural's like, fella, you don't play ball at your age. You retire.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now he's like,
There are for sure some older drivers in F1.
And it's like it's like the baseball. There's people that played major leagues in their 40s.
Is this?
Yeah. Justin Verlander's.
Is this Major League? Is Brad Pitt and Tom Berenger? Mm-hmm. And then the coach wants him to lose?
Yeah.
And the Brutus
guy
is
he's going to like sabotage
Major League.
Purpose.
Fernando Alonso is notably the oldest racer right now. I think he's like 44 and he's on
That's the fucking disgusting.
Yeah, he's up there, and he loves supermodels. That man loves supermodels. And the other thing about F1 drivers is they're very short. Very small people.
Like jockeys.
Yeah, they're like jockeys. They got to fit in those cars.
So Brad Pitt's not your typical like...
I think Fernando Alonso's my height.
Yeah. I think Brad Pitt's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, he would not fit enough.
Short King.
Actually, I think the tallest driver is 6'2".
The Short King Cup.
Nice.
But so yeah, it's like the older guy with like the haunted past of like, you know, the dark demons or whatever, like in his past, like that come back to haunt him in the present day of like, you know, you race or like that, like you play ball again, you could die. You know, it's like you get
How is
out
he
there
doing pull-ups in his van?
I mean, you know, who hadn't done?
Hey, pull-ups are good for your back.
Yeah.
I know, but in his van, like how high was he pulling? Like I didn't realize.
It's a tall van.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bend the knees.
Yeah, definitely got some natural, especially with all the fireworks and sparks coming.
For
down.
sure, there are the natural vibes.
Yeah. So
Fucking Robert Redford.
I know
He's so old.
you love that.
He was so goddamn old.
Well,
Here I am, a teenager.
and I feel like they tried
Brought
it.
to you by AARP.
And I feel like in some of those things they tried to make Brad Pitt look younger.
Yeah.
You know, they tried to be more youthful, even though he's supposed to be an aging driver.
Yeah, in all of those flashbacks, he did not open his mouth once. It was they were like they were just like blonde hair, keep his mouth closed, just smooth
Has
line.
great teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this movie is a dumb blockbuster that I enjoyed specifically because I like F1. And I think the thing that is going to come away from this movie, and it absolutely should win awards for, is the visual effects, because it was practical effects.
Editing.
They legitimately raced cars with actual F1 cars, which move incredibly fast and are very hard to drive.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, did active drivers allow them to mount cameras? I feel like you wouldn't want
F1 cars have cameras mounted on them.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel like you would want them. I would feel like they wouldn't like that because they would be like, does this add a drag or whatever?
So they didn't use the actual cameras in actual races. So the cameras they have on the cars for actual races are made in a way that are aerodynamic. They're mounted on the air intake. The ones they used for the film, they used specifically for the film, not for actual races.
Or like a GoPro.
Essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't talk about fuel either, or
Fuel's not a big factor in the races for F1.
okay.
There is a fuel consumption aspect, but F1 cars are hybrid cars by default, and they do not have refuels mid-race. So you
Explain.
Which part?
The hybrid, like
They're hybrid cars. They have
they're electric and
combination electric and gas. They have
Talk more about that.
They've actually reached a point where I believe they've reached net zero fuel like emissions for F1 cars to where it is a combination electric and gas. Every year, the power unit is essentially changed for new regulations. So this one is, I think, going more toward gas, but they use a proprietary fuel type that is more fuel efficient and emits less fuel emissions.
See, that's fucking cool.
It is. It's very cool.
If they would have given any of that
very
information,
cool,
I would have been like, "Hello."
It's kind of a.
We can talk about more of this off podcast, but yes,
Same.
But yeah, no, they're all hybrid cars. So in race, you can see like there's very much like this guy is actually conserving battery because he has to, if you're going to try to do an overtake, you need more battery and that takes up more power. And then if you try to do too much, you can drain your battery and then you're less competitive in the corners.
See,
but you have a set amount of fuel at the start of a race and you do not refuel in F1.
Ah, okay. See, I wish the movie would have told me fucking this
You
instead
said
of
it better
me.
than the movie did.
Yes, instead of me having to like have a conference afterwards.
And I think that's a gripe for me of like, again, I don't know anything about it. So it's like for the filmmakers, like your job is to make me care, bring me into it rather than someone who's a fan who's going to be invested anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm
I don't need to be brought in. You don't need to make a movie.
The layman.
Hey, I watched the races.
person.
I'm John Q. Casual, like make me care.
Yeah, I figured you'd just have like jet fuel in there or something.
Same.
And like NOS or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get some fucking NOS.
Sweet.
Hit the nitro.
Oz and like, yeah.
Fucking Dom Toretto, just parachuting down
We're family.
in a tank.
Coronas afterwards. I'm down with that.
Because we're family. Any other F1 questions I can field for you guys?
So you saw Ford v Ferrari. Or did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Where do babies come from?
So,
well, Travis,
I would be curious, like, if you had
Zygote.
to compare the two, because that movie did a much better job to me of like investing me in the race and like knowing what's happening, what the stakes are, what they're trying to accomplish, and then investing me in both the characters and the race itself. So they did a much better job of building that up rather than this movie, which is very superficially entertaining in the moment of like, we're going to root for this guy because he's Brad Pitt. He's hunky,
He is hunky.
Yeah. But it's like, I would be curious to hear your thoughts of like that movie as a racing movie versus this movie as a racing movie.
Yeah, he is too tall for most drives.
Yeah.
I think Sebastian Ocon is 6'2", so I think it's possible.
Yeah,
but
it'd be like having a 6'2" jockey on the horse out.
I know it's too tall.
I feel like it's too tall. This movie lacked heart, and it
for sure
lacked faked heart.
It was very polished.
Yeah, unearned is a great way to describe it. Yeah.
Very shiny, very polished.
Yeah, unearned
that's why
moments.
It's not a best picture
of like friendship. Like what? Where was the conversation where he was like, "Hey, you guys should all come jog with me," or everybody's going to wear different socks and everybody's going to run with me. Hey, tell you what, everybody gets one of these cards out of my pocket.
Yeah,
pocket full of cards for everybody. Uh-oh. You got the Joker.
I got a pocket.
That means you're paying for breakfast.
But yeah, to me, Ford v Ferrari felt very much more earned because you're invested in the characters.
And the one dude's mom was Ted Lasso's therapist.
Yeah. Which this movie also kind of has some Ted Lasso vibes to it, of the guy brought in as a ringer to ruin the team by the business guy or whatever.
Hey, and Luca, the other guy that was the other driver for 2 seconds, no lines. We got to see his face for like 2 or 3 seconds long. And they're like, "Hey, you're there. Thanks, bye."
That is actually how most reserve drivers are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just kind of there and then they're not.
And again, this movie's 155 minutes.
Yeah. There's a lot of time to do stuff.
Apple made a ton of money on this movie.
They did.
And they're going to make a ton of money off of one.
And proud we are of all of them.
And good for them.
Good for them.
So
proud of them.
That's been another episode of Cinema Vino. We thank you guys so much.
I'm happy to spin off an F1 pod.
Yeah.
Once the season starts up in March. We are
off a breast milk pod.
We are in testing right now. I know you guys are curious.
And if you're lactating in the Tulsa area,
the 2026 power units are going to be very interesting. We've already hit a top speed of 215 miles per hour.
Wow.
I know you were curious in testing.
That is fast.
It's quite fast.
But you can't be an avid drinker, please. No alcoholics. I want fresh milk.
Oh, interesting fact. They race in some dry countries in the Middle East that don't allow alcohol. So they use non-alcoholic champagne at the podiums.
Marijuana is okay. In fact, marijuana milk.
Heroin encouraged.
Take a look. I'm interested in that.
And check out Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. It's a great movie.
Paul Bettany, Kevin Costner. Just who else is in that?
That's Russell Crowe.
Kevin Costner. Oh, yeah, Russell Crowe. I get to mix up.
Not in that movie.
Sorry. Russell Crowe, Paul Bettany.
Just want to take a moment and say, Travis, I know you appeared in the Epstein Files, but it was purely in reference to, some of your works that you've done.
Penis puppetry.
Right. Not you actually sending an email.
I had enthusiastic consent, I'll have you know. But a lot of my penis puppetry, I had an inverted baby bird with one bat wing. So
and those are, I believe, referred to as pea puppets in the
penis puppetry.
I thought they were called puppies.
Yeah, they were called puppies. La puppies.
Well, mine was La Papito.
So great movies, only drunker. And before we get deeper into this rabbit hole, we will see you guys.
Dry January is over.
Next time.
And if you're lactating in the Tulsa area,